from hell's heart I stab at thee. Today, we're going to be talking about the 40th anniversary of one of the greatest science fiction films of all time, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. I'm your host, Cinema Kane, and welcome. From the moment I was a young child, I'd say 4 or 5, I have some of my earliest memories of my dad showing off his surround sound system to friends and family by putting on one of 2 VHS tapes. Either Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, or Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. I don't know of a time when Star Trek was not part of my life as a young person, because my dad showed me the original series and TNG concurrently, because they used to air reruns of the original series right before new episodes of TNG when I was growing up. And the show came out like a month before I turned 4. But I don't remember ever missing an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation when I was a kid. Which is really funny to go back now and watch that show, because those first couple of seasons are really hard to watch and really hard to get through. But after that, the show becomes brilliant. But this isn't a TNG review, it's a Star Trek II review. Again, Star Trek II has been with me as long as the original series and TNG have. Not only did my dad like to show off his surround sound system with that VHS tape, but he also would just say, hey, let's watch Star Trek. And we would watch all 6 of the original crew movies, or all 4, or however many there were at the time. And I remember that he told me about the even-numbered movie theory, which stayed true for a very long time. The thing about Star Trek II in particular, though, is that Star Trek II is a movie that, if you're a fan of the original series and you've seen the episode Space Seed, in which Khan, played by Ricardo Montalban, first appears, you know how that episode ends, and then you go into Star Trek II. It is probably one of the best sequels to a TV episode for franchises that have done that have gone back and forth between TV and film, that I've ever seen. In fact, I don't know that there really is that many franchises that have gone back and forth between TV and the big screen. As a result, what you wind up with is a film that not only echoes the past of the TV series, but shows you how much the characters within the universe have changed. Not just Kirk, but also Khan. And one of the things I love in particular about the older Star Trek movies is the character development is so much better than it is in anything modern Star Trek has ever offered us. We get these beautiful character moments where, well, for example, Bones giving Kirk the antique glasses because he's allergic to retinax. So why, don't we have these character moments like that in the newer iterations of Star Trek? That's something I would love to know, because to me, without those character moments where you see just how good the characters actually know each other, Star Trek loses something in its translation. You need those character moments to say, these aren't just crew members, they're family. Star Trek II also offers an interesting look into the effects of the time period, as well as the idea of the Kobayashi Maru, and the idea that Kirk cheated. Something that longtime Star Trek fans just love, the fact that we actually get to see the Kobayashi Maru and hear about Kirk's unique technique in passing the no-win scenario, because Kirk does not believe in the no-win scenario. I think Star Trek II is not only the best Star Trek film ever made, but I think that it's probably one of the best love letters to the fans. It's like, hey, we know you've been watching this in reruns for years. We know you've seen the episode Space Seed. Well, here's a sequel to that episode for being such loyal fans. It was fan service before the fan service thing was really as prevalent as it is today. I thoroughly enjoy Star Trek II still to this day because the endless quoting of Moby Dick never gets old. Because when you've got an actor the caliber of Ricardo Montalban playing your villain, you know that you're in for a treat. I'm your host, Cinema Kane. I hope you've enjoyed this look into the 40th anniversary of Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. If you did, don't forget to click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click that bell notification so you know every time Cinema Kane has a new video uploaded. And I'll see you at the video store.